Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Some of the more popular Bitcoin news tends to be around how much it's worth. I think we can all agree on that one. A lot of times the news that we end up getting tends to normally just be surrounding Bitcoin's price per individual coin. It is very rare, or has been quite rare over the course of the last few years, that we get news comparing Bitcoin to a number of other assets. It's happened before, but it's not like news that we hear about monthly or even like yearly. However, we have some new ranking reports for exactly how rich or strong or powerful Bitcoin is. I don't know what word is supposed to go there. But yes, since the launch, and I know it's continuously in the news, since the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs, the amount of money that has flown into Bitcoin has increased substantially. The amount of predictions that we're now getting for Bitcoin to reach a brand new all-time high, literally in like 4 or 5 weeks, has also continued quite dramatically as well. The new list of rankings is basically a list of the largest companies and banks and institutions that we have on the planet. And you would not assume, or one would not have assumed, that this would have happened so quickly. But on the list of literally everything that's worth a lot of money on the planet, Bitcoin has now joined the top 10 rankings at number 10 for the most rich, expensive things that are actually on the planet. The reason why I think this actually finally made news is because Bitcoin got into the top 10. And that is just now at the time of me making this video. So for like a little bit of extra context, people are expecting, no one knows if this is for certain, but people are expecting Bitcoin by the end of this year and 2025 to either 4x and or 10x in price plus. And that's conservative, as a lot of people are expecting a $300,000 to a $600,000 Bitcoin over the course of 2025. On the rankings of the institutions and companies that we've now passed, our camera does that sometimes. I don't know if you can even see it. On my end, the camera actually like shutters, like it closes and then it reopens back up, but I feel like there's some kind of a time shift. Anyway, the companies that we've passed by, as Bitcoin is now number 10, are Berkshire Hathaway. Tesla is number 14, so Bitcoin has passed by Tesla. Bitcoin has passed by Visa. JP Morgan Chase is number 18 on the list. We have passed by them as well. Walmart is number 20. MasterCard is number 23. Johnson & Johnson 25. Home Depot 28. And actually in the rankings as well is Ethereum at number 30, which is also, little golf clap for Ethereum, as you would not expect that a new currency and or asset that has only been around for, it's been like 7, 8, 9 years, would have passed all these other mega companies as well. Here's the interesting part, if Bitcoin just goes to $200,000 over the course of this bull run, it will pass by it'll pass by Facebook, it'll pass by the valuation of silver, it'll pass by the valuation of Google, of Amazon, Nvidia, which has been on a roll recently, it'll pass by Apple, and it'll pass by Microsoft. The only thing, actually, incorrect. That's if Bitcoin does a 3x in price. It'll pass by all of those. The last thing on the list at number 1 is gold. And Bitcoin needs to do a little more than a 12x in price, which would get us around a $600,000 Bitcoin. But let me just say, I know a lot of people, and a huge part of the narrative has been that Bitcoin at some point is going to pass by gold. But if we could just really just sit down and enjoy the fact that Bitcoin is the 10th largest asset on the planet after having been around for 15 years, That's amazing. If we do even just get to $150,000 this bull run, it'll be the second largest asset on the planet. That alone should be absolutely incredible. So as the bull run starts, continues, keeps rolling on, a lot of people, I think, aren't paying a lot of attention until Bitcoin gets near its previous all-time high. It's always this way, that the public doesn't pay attention until it's once again out of their reach and they realize that they could have bought more before. But that's also an entirely different video. Yeah, so by the time we do start moving up and by the time we see prices in July and August and September, we will definitely be hearing that Bitcoin at that point should actually be the number 3 and or 4 asset. And by the time it passes by Microsoft, it probably will not make it into everyday mainstream news because, as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, for some reason, countries have, I don't want to use the word scared. Have you been seeing what's been going on? I spoke about it in some of the other videos. A lot of countries have been releasing information about how like bad and terrible and awful Bitcoin is. There's been a couple of them. We had the news before that Bitcoin has actually reached a brand new all-time high, I believe, in 13 different countries. The more significant ones that we heard were Argentina, Turkey, and Japan, but there's been a lot of other ones. Also Nigeria, I believe, as well. Like a brand new all-time high. This is based off of the inflation rate of the fiat money in that currency in that country relative to Bitcoin's rise in price. And therefore, as their currency has collapsed and Bitcoin has risen, we actually have brand new all-time highs. And since then, there's been a number of countries who've been releasing information that they don't trust Bitcoin and Bitcoin's evil and terrible. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure, you don't trust the thing that is going to help 8 billion people comparative to your crappy currency that hasn't been doing well over the course of the last 40 years. But even you would have assumed, because I would have assumed, this news was only present in the cryptocurrency space. There's also going to be links in the description below for those of you who want to see the actual rankings on the ever-moving chart. I would have assumed, logically, that outside of the cryptocurrency space, there would have been news everywhere of this asset class that's been around for only 15 years. That is now the 10th largest ranking thing that we have on the planet. However, this was only news within the cryptocurrency space, as is usually, sadly, the case. But yeah, very interesting times ahead, as I've said before, especially as we end up moving closer and closer to the halving. So we get to see where prices go. And yeah, if you haven't also looked at it before, if you look at like a country-wide ranking, Bitcoin alone is a lot larger than a number of other countries, like their actual wealth and their GDPs as well. So the next couple of years are going to be very interesting when we start seeing more hate against Bitcoin and also Bitcoin's price continuing to rise as everyone else around the planet continues to get into it. Yeah. I think that's going to do it for this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.